And just like that, the Remington Overpowered weapons video is up and running. Why the Remington? People have complained and people have asked for it. But why the Remington? I think that explains it. That ability to just blast the air and absolutely demolish anything at up to say 5-6 meters range. That is what marks this weapon's appearance in this episode. And if they're a little bit farther away than 5-6 meters, then you can just aim down sights and magically the pellets their spread is tighter. It's some Call of Duty magic, of course. But mainly it's that ability to just blast the air in front of you. That doesn't take any skill at all. That can be done by anyone. Of course, a player that is better at flanking will have a better time using this weapon, and a more skilled player will of course go even better, but you don't have to be that skilled. You can just, the skill cap isn't that high with this weapon. Of course, the main problems comes in when you want to survive for longer times, because that is where this weapon doesn't shine. I have only played this weapon as a hyper aggressive pub stomper weapon because that's what it's best at doing. That's the funniest thing with it. That's what you can do best with it. I don't play competitive with it. I don't play League with it because it's actually can't do the long streak, can't do the long ranges, can't do the really good players that well. But it can demolish pretty much anyone else. And I'm about to die here. I deserve it. Miss that guy and get sprayed down by another overpowered weapon, Cap 40. But why do you change gameplay here? Can't remember. Well, that's kind of a funny story because just after there where I died, 3 people in the enemy team picked up Remingtons, equipped classes with the Remington, and after that the game was more even. For the rest of the game I went about 1 KD, and that kind of shows how fucking good it is. But you may think like, yeah, it's really good at short ranges, but what about the medium and long ranges?
9!
By the way, the most random kill in the world, that guy is just camping that corner like hell. You're going down. But as I talked about in my last video, there aren't too many long and medium ranges in Call of Duty. The main ranges, I'm not gonna start saying ranges again. The main ranges in Call of Duty in Black Ops 2 are actually short range and close quarter. Why is that? Well, they want a fast-paced game. I'm not gonna hop into that anymore, but that's the fact. They mostly have short range encounters, and that's why using shotguns and SMGs work the very best. And this one in particular is extra powerful in the shotgun class. It doesn't have the spammability of the S12 or the M1216, and it doesn't have the slightly longer range potential as the KSG. But it is so fucking easy to use. You can just blast absolutely everything into thin glue. Just blast the air in front of you, everything is dead, no problem. That is what's the problem with this weapon, and that is why it is so fucking overpowered. For the stats, statistically, if you compare it to something like the KSG is pretty much better in everything. Better mag size, quicker reload time, better range, better damage, better accuracy, smaller hipfire box. But this is so easy to use. The KSG is so difficult to use. Best comparison would be KSG with Ballista having iron sights on it. It is really tricky. And of course, using the Remington on some extra short range map like Newtown or Hijacked will provide in it being able to use everything of its potential, and that is a whole lot. I agree with the people calling me a noob when using it. I don't have to be good with it to play decently. Now I am an absolutely okay player, so I kind of go above the rest using the Remington a little bit. But it was a long time I had this much fun playing actually, because I really don't have to think about anything. I just charge right in, and I really just use my ability, my skill, my instincts to aim at the right places at the right times, to swash my aim across somebody while shooting. It can actually be a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't suggest using this weapon too much. It is kind of noob, and the game doesn't have that many long and medium range areas where the Remington doesn't work at all. And one kind of peculiar thing was I discovered while using this weapon, oh look at this by the way, some slow motion effects. See if you can catch him. Whoop. Bam. Well, a peculiar thing was that this weapon worked better without a laser sight than with one. The hipfire was more dangerous without the laser sight. I am guaranteeing you that. I played so much better without it. So I really always thought that laser would make it better, but no, it doesn't. It needs to not have it in order to make use of its full potential close range, or else it will be kind of accurate. It will be kind of like the KSG, a very small area where you can kill the enemy if you sweep past, and it won't make it that good. Oh, look at me, I'm giving you tips about using the most noob weapon in an even more noob way. Well, I'm a genius sometimes. But to be completely honest, this weapon was fun to use, and I recommend it for anyone who just wants to throw off, just wants to chill the fuck out. Play it on maps like Nuketown or Hijacked, where everybody is anyway using shotguns and SMGs. It's a fair game, and everyone can have fun that way. So well, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you don't agree, then of course state it. I know Temp probably will say something. Either way, I hope you enjoyed. This has been Contra Member 3210 Nuketown. Adios.